The purpose of this video is to demonstrate the use of word2canvas to generate a Canvas module coming from a Word document, as the name suggests. The end result of what we're going to do in this video is showing on the screen there. It's a Canvas module. It's a fairly complex, large Canvas module. It was generated using a Word document. We're going to go through the process of using word2canvas to generate another version of that particular module. As to demonstrate the way it's going to work is on the left hand side here is the actual Word document, and actually if I view the outline view, we can actually show you some of the correlation between how this actually works. The way that word2canvas works is that each of the items in this Canvas module match a heading over here in the Word document. About this document, create a new page. About this document, create a new page. So all those things are there. And then the content is within those particular headings is what's actually on the associated image item. So there we go. That same sort of content is exactly what's in that Word document over there. So that's the end result, and that's the relationship between the Word document. Word2canvas converts this Word document into this module over here. So we're going to create another copy of that using the same Word document just to show how it all works. Now, before you can do this, there are some prereqs that are required. Obviously, you're going to need the Word document. You're also going to need to have word2canvas installed in your browser. It is a user script. So I'm using Tamper Monkey, and I've got word2canvas installed here. Explanations on how to install are available on the website. And I'm now currently in the modules section of this Canvas course. And you'll see that this button here is actually new. It's not something traditionally that's in Canvas. It's the Word2canvas button. As the title there suggests, it takes a Word document and converts it to a new module. So if I click that button, we start up Word2canvas, and we can close Word2canvas by just clicking that. Because this particular module makes use of additional resources, so for example, it uses a discussion called introductions, and a file called, which is actually the Word document, an assignment, a quiz, and a couple of other bits and pieces. Those actually need to exist in the course initially. I've actually set that up on this particular course. There's also a couple of files that are used. The prerequisites are actually explained in the Word document that is also available for you to experiment and play. So you'll need to get the full functioning benefit of this Word2canvas document, you'll need to add these prerequisites to your course. So they're fairly simple to add and can be removed at a later stage. So that's the prerequisites out of the way. We've got Word2canvas, we've got our Word document, we've added all the resources. So let's use Word2canvas to create our module. We come to the modules page, we start, click the button, and here we have Word2canvas appearing before us. Word2canvas has 4 stages. We choose the Word document, that's the one we're going to use to create the module from. At that stage, Word2canvas will convert that Word document into HTML, and at this stage it'll show that HTML to us, and we can check it to see whether it actually is what we wanted or if there's any problems we need to fix. At this stage, Word2canvas hasn't done anything with Canvas. This is an opportunity to check progress and maybe start again, make some modifications in the Word document to achieve what we actually wish to achieve. The next stage after that is we check the module. In this stage, Word2canvas actually emulates or simulates what the module will look like from that particular Word document. So again, we can do a check there to see whether that matches what we're after before we actually make any changes to Canvas. And the last step is where those changes to Canvas are actually made. We get a running progress bar on that. And again, we can keep an eye on any problems and make solutions. And hopefully at that stage, everything's finished. So let's step through the process. Let's choose our Word document. At this stage, Word2canvas is converting the Word document to HTML. This conversion all happens on your computer. Your Word document, your content doesn't go anywhere else. It stays in your browser. The conversion is done in your browser. So everything's sort of worked here. We've got some messages and we've got the HTML. If I click on the HTML accordion, we can see the HTML that's been converted. And actually what you should be able to see is that there's exact match between the Word document and what we're seeing here. So this is going to be the title of the new module, and that matches the title style that's in the Word document. And then we've got our contents about this document, and so all this content here matches what's in here, because that's basically it's just been converted from a Word document to HTML. And we can scroll down and we can have a look at all the other content that's there, just to make sure that it matches what we think it should actually be. Okay, so there's a couple of errors and things there. We'll come back to those. word2canvas actually does some checks and will display the results of those checks to you, and those will appear in the messages. We open up the messages. We can see there's a collection of unrecognized styles and other things. Those are slight warnings. word2canvas will basically ignore those, so it may not function the way you had expected, but it won't actually break or do anything bad. Now we've got a couple of associated error messages here with images, and this is one of the limitations. So the base 64 image error that's there is because word2canvas at the moment doesn't actually support the conversion of images embedded in your Word document. So here's my Word document here, and there are a couple of example images that are embedded in the Word document. Those won't be converted across. word2canvas can't do that at the moment. Hopefully coming real soon now. And so that's highlighting those errors, and we can find them down below. It's also got some messages here about canvas images. So it does actually support, but word2canvas does support the translation of images. You have to do it a certain particular way. But the way it has to work is it makes use of images that are stored in the files area of your Canvas site, or actually links out on the web. Now, if it's a Canvas image that's embedded in your files area of your course, at this stage, the image will appear broken. That's because it actually needs to get to the last stage before it can convert that particular broken image into a proper one that it will actually work. So these you can generally ignore. These generally mean you'll need to fix something, but for the purposes of demonstration, I'm going to leave them here. Now, one other check you can change you can do is this ability to customize the output of word2canvas. So by default, you can see there's the content there. These are some heading 2s here. So we've got this heading 1 document here and then some heading 2s here. If I click this H2 as accordions, it will change the output so that those heading 2s are now accordions that I can open and close. Now that might be something that you're after. It's useful to navigate larger sections of content. I'm not going to use that in this case, so I'm going to turn that off, and you'll see that those have come back to normal. So I've done my checks there. Everything is as I think it should be. So I'm going to go on to the next stage. So no messages at this stage, but we can have a look at the structure. So this is the sort of looks like the standard Canvas structure, and it looks like everything's pretty much what we'd look. So again, nothing's actually happened in Canvas at this stage. This is just another stage to check. Last step, let's actually create the module. So we hit create module. Now this is word2canvas generating and working with Canvas to do all the creation that's necessary. It's creating the new module, it's adding items to it, it's finding links, it's doing everything that's needed there. And that looks like that has worked fairly well. All items created, everything's done. Sometimes there are error messages and you might need to fix those, but we're all done there. So we can close that down. And now the new module that we've just created will appear. And so now we've got actually 2 of those example word2canvas modules. This top one is the one we've just created. So we can actually start going through here and have a look at some of the content that's there. You can see this YouTube video is expanded by default. That's a Canvas thing. We can fix that if we wanted to. And we can just start going next, next, next through all the items. You'll see the -2 here. That's because we're duplicating pages that have appeared elsewhere. You get some idea of the styles that are appearing. So it's a slightly nicer display than what you might get with vanilla Canvas. So there's a duplicate page, it's a link to an existing page. Here we've got a link to one of our discussions. There's a link to a file. So we didn't have to specify the actual link to this file, all we needed to do was specify the name. So that was one of the things that needed to be required initially before we used it. There's the assignment. We've got another page here, and I think the next one's the quiz. There's an embedded link to our website. This is a link to an external tool, in this case Echo. Not particularly useful, but demonstrative. This is talking about FAQs and accordions. So the FAQ style introduces a little accordion thing there that might be useful for frequently asked questions or other purposes. Now we've got some inline styles here. So this is links to files to a menu item. So if I click on this page, I'll go to modules. There's more explanation. There's an image that was from a Canvas image that's actually worked. And as you can see, we can go through. So here we go. This is where the base 64 images failed. So you'll actually see that this is related to this section here. Those couldn't be converted, so word2canvas leaves that placeholder there for you to be able to fix it up by some other means. And then we get on to some of the more flashy styles. These are some defined things here to make look. These are used for some specific courses, but I think you get the idea. That is how we use word2canvas to create a module from a Word document. Thank you.